Yo guys, what is going on? Savage here. Today we are going to dive into my second video with my experience of the recently released, I say recent, it's probably about 4 months ago, but the Astro C40 controller. If you guys didn't see my video, I will link the video in the description below. That was my initial thoughts, but here we are diving into it with a follow-up video, and this is very important. I really want to get the word out there, not only to save you guys some money, but also to make Astro aware of the issues, and hopefully they can come out with a version 2 of the controller that's just absolutely phenomenal. Now, this is not an Astro bashing video. I love Astro. This is their first controller, so I will forgive them. I still will use nothing but Astro headsets. I have 4 different ones. I've always been with Astro. Great company. However, this controller has been a giant letdown. Support has been fantastic. They've sent me out multiple sets of sticks. However, they just do not ever seem to last. Just to give you guys a recap on the last video I did about this controller, I was having some issues with stick drift. I was having some issues with some certain buttons just not responding. I was having issues with my L3 being completely useless. And I fought it for about a month, and now I live stream 8 to 12 hours almost every day. But here recently, my live streams have cut down about 4 or 5 hours because I just physically cannot play with this controller. When I first had the problem with the controller, I contacted Astro. I played with the controller for about a week. I watched all the videos on how to reset it, hold the button, let it vibrate, all that stuff. I did all the tutorials. I talked to other streamers who had the controller. They were having the exact same problem. I had viewers in my chat that had the exact same problem. So I finally hit up Astro about a week and a half later, and I said, hey, look, this is the issue I'm having. What can you do for me? They sent me out new sticks. Literally took like 2 or 3 days. It was awesome. Their support service is fantastic. I put the new sticks in, and I was a happy camper for about 7 to 9 days. Can't remember exactly how long it took. So after the 9 days, I started noticing stick drift. Now, if you don't know what stick drift is, if you leave your character completely still, let's just say you're playing Call of Duty. If you're sitting completely still, you put the controller down, you're not even touching it, your guy will start to slowly move. Now, when that happens, it doesn't seem like a big deal, but if you're trying to lead a target, and you have a little bit extra movement that you're not trying to do, it can really be frustrating. Now, that's really doable compared to the problems that I've actually had with this new set of sticks. And we'll get into what I actually think the problem is in a second. But so I received the new set of sticks, and to my surprise, my L3 just does not work. So I play Blackout. I'm a Blackout streamer. Most first-person shooters, you hold L3 to run. You tap it, and then you just tap it, and then hold up on it. That's it. And as you can see right here, it's kind of struggling to... We'll get into that in a second, but basically you tap in and you hold up. That's it. Boom, and it's activated. For some reason, this controller, when I'm gaming, doesn't do that. I basically at one point was having to hold this down the entire time, not just up and click. I was literally having to hold it up and hold the click in, which would create immense pressure on my thumb and literally just made my gaming experience miserable. Then all of a sudden, it wouldn't sprint at all. I actually had to go into the game itself and turn on the auto sprint feature. And if you use the auto sprint feature, if you play Blackout, you know that's absolutely just, it's horrible. But I had to do it just to maintain movement speed. So I physically cannot sprint with the left stick anymore. Now I flip-flop the sticks, and the problem still, it sticks with the stick, but at the same time, the other stick, when I flipped it, it didn't have the exact problem, but it had a very similar one. I didn't have to hold it down all the time. It was kind of hit or miss whether it was doing it or not. So I'm starting to think that the sticks are not the only thing that's bad. Actually, the control board, motherboard, whatever you want to call it, I'm not really technical when it comes to controllers, but the board inside of here, something's faulty. So I posted the last video of the C40 and the issues I was having, and everyone was like, hey, look, Battle Beaver just came out some sticks for analog sticks for the C40. Test them out, try them out, let us know what you think. So I hit up Battle Beaver, and I got the sticks. Took about 3 or 4 days, and they were great. They really were, for about a week, and maybe 2 weeks. It lasted a little bit longer, and then the exact same issue started happening. I'm not sure if it's a problem with the seating. Now the readings are gonna be all over the place because I'm taking the faceplate off, but I'm not sure if it's a problem with the seating or if it's a problem with the control board, if it's a problem with the sticks. I don't know what the issue is, but I think there's multiple problems within everything. Now these little gold prongs right here are very delicate. You don't want to touch them. You don't want to mess with them. I've never ever touched with them. I've never messed with them. I make sure my controller is clean at all costs. But I think for some reason, I guess the pressure of the stick movement, I'm thinking, this is my assumption, that it's damaging the prongs itself. Now I say that because the most, I guess, abused part of this controller is the L3 for me. I'm always sprinting in all the first person shooters that I play, and I literally, I mean, it gets the most abuse because I'm always holding the button one way or another. The left joystick always goes out in about a week and a half. The right joystick, honestly, is actually not that bad. It doesn't go out for about a month. I think both times the sticks went out in a month, and my Battle Beaver's still working. So the Battle Beaver stick on the right side still working, but the left side is absolutely shot. I'm not sure what it is. I haven't hit up Astro yet to replace the controller. This is my only controller. This is a very expensive controller. And honestly, I'm very, very upset with the pricing because it does not seem like they actually tested this controller out. Now, like I said, I'm not trying to bash Astro at all, but this controller does not last. This controller is an absolute pile of junk. So I do game more than the average gamer because this is my full-time job. This is what I do for a living. However, the 50 or 60 hours that I put into this controller every week doesn't justify it to go out within a week and a half. For $200+, I definitely expect more than a week and a half. I definitely expect better testing. This is insane. And I know there's different ways you can calibrate and all this stuff. Everyone's like, yo, adjust this, adjust that, adjust that. That's not gonna cut it. The problem with this controller is the inconsistencies. The problem isn't just one thing and that's it, and then I can fix it. No, the problem is the fact that sometimes when I hit up, it won't register 100%. Sometimes when I hit down, it won't register 100%, but sometimes it will. So if I go to adjust the meters to kind of compensate for the issue, which I shouldn't have to do in the first place, this should be an accessory. I love the Astro feel. I love the controller's weight. I love the feel. I love the button layout. I love everything about it. I love how smooth the sticks are. It's beautifully designed, but that's about it. It's a giant waste of money. If I could get my refund back, I would. I don't ever return anything. Usually I take my L, but this was over $200, and you shouldn't have to pay $200 for a controller that, in my opinion, was completely untested. Now I'm gonna take this stick, I'm gonna take the left one, and then we're gonna do the right one. I'm gonna go in a circle 5 times. No, you know what? We're gonna go in a circle 10 times, and I'm gonna show you guys how inconsistent the issues are and why I can't use the adjustment feature in order to fix it. So first off, just sitting still, of course there's a little movement being picked up. You see the sticks moving. Actually not too bad right now. Trying to go as slow as I can for you guys, so please forgive if it's like too slow. Okay, we might not go 10 times, we might actually go like 5 times. But it like just kicks in. Oh, that was a big one, baby. There's a sprint feature we all know and love. Hit speed. What the f is going on? There I am, just losing speed slowly but surely. Like what am I doing wrong? I float the same way I've been floating for 10 months. Okay, I'll get there one way or another. Dude, why am I not making this? And again, it may not seem like a big deal to you, but if you're not moving at 100% in any direction, it will be a drastic change. You will notice it in your gameplay. 100%. The right stick is honestly, like I said, this one's still good. And you see it kind of kick out a little bit. I don't understand how when you recalibrate your controller, how it only recognizes 85% in any direction. It should be 100% all the way around. Now, when I got this controller, before I did anything, and I wish I would have recorded it, before I did anything, I plugged it in my computer, I updated the firmware, and I pulled up this menu. And I was checking it out, I was like, oh, what's this do, what's that do? And I came to the sticks feature. Before I even played a game with this thing, I did the exact same thing. And you know what? This is the exact same result I got. It was not 100% all the way around. I recalibrated it and all the things that the Astro community told me to do. And for some reason, I was still getting hiccups. 85, 90% here, 85, 90% there. I don't know why, but that's unacceptable for me, right? This is a $200 professional MLG wannabe controller, and it can't give you 100%. Why am I settling for this? Now, the next step I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send it to Astro. I'm sending this controller in a box with bubble wrap and everything, and a nice little note and a thank you letter. I'm gonna send it to them and get them to replace it. Replace the entire thing. I want a brand new controller. I don't want this thing anymore. If they happen to agree to and send me a new controller, I will test it out and we'll play with it, and I'll do a third follow-up video. Hopefully will be a good video. Hopefully they've worked out all the bugs. Like I said, this is release controller. This is the release day controller, so hopefully they've got something better. But I don't think so. There's literally been no firmware updates every time I plug the controller, and it's always up to date since the day I got it. Like I said, I've gotten different sticks from Battle Beaver. I have done all the reset modes. I have messed with all the settings in here. I have even key binded my auto sprint. That's what I want to talk about right now. I key binded my sprint button. So like I said, hold up and press. That's it. Hold up and tap in L3, and that activates sprint in Call of Duty, right? Well, it wasn't doing that. I would literally hit it. Wasn't recognizing L3 at all. So what did I do? Thanks to a viewer and his genius idea, actually one of my moderators, he said, why don't you make your sprint button the paddle? For some reason, I key binded this to L3, and it was almost like because L3 wasn't working, this wasn't working. It was the weirdest thing. It doesn't work. I don't get it. Now that I have auto sprint on, it'll work. It'll activate the auto sprint, but this still right here is basically useless. Guys, I'm kind of everywhere with this video, but I'm very frustrated. I'm very irritated, and I just feel like I was robbed from a company that I really represented, that I would always talk highly of. I feel like I was robbed. Now, I know they personally didn't attack me. I know they're personally not doing this on purpose. But if you're going to price your controller at $200+, literally almost the price of an actual system, please test it. I'm serious. Test it. If I was going to be generous and put this on a scale of 1 to 10 in 3 different categories: aesthetically, beautiful controller, I give it a 8 out of 10. Lacks customability. I would like more faceplates. I would like more different stick designs. I would like a lot of different things. As far as performance, when it's actually working, and we'll just give it when it's actually working. As far as performance out of the box, I give it an 8 out of 10 again. It was a good controller, great feel. The sticks have beautiful tension. Love the tensioning they put on it. Everything's solid, dude. I love the grips on the back. A lot of these controllers, scuff included, have these grips on the back that literally are just, they make your hands sweat. They're just too much. This isn't a lot of grip, but it's not smooth. It's a little bit. It's enough to stay in your hands and not worry about it falling. Performance wise, great. Durability and longevity. Now, durability, I've never thrown it, so I don't know if it's gonna break or anything, so I guess we'll just go with longevity. Longevity, 1 out of 10. Worst controller I've ever had. And I've had a lot throughout my years of gaming. I've had at least 100 people come to my stream. Mid me bitching about the controller while playing the game, they will say, hey, I'm having the same problems. Other streamers, same problems. I have not personally, someone coming to my chat, someone in my Discord, someone on my Facebook, someone on my Instagram, someone on my YouTube channel or Twitch channel, or other streamers, I have not had anyone personally tell me that they absolutely love this controller after playing with it for 4 months. I've never heard that. If you guys have, please let me know in the comment section below. Give me hope that maybe they have another controller out. Maybe there's like a updated version that they released a couple weeks later after I got mine. And hopefully when they send me a new replacement, that'll be the one. Guys, I really hope this is informative to you. Like I said, this isn't a rant video. This isn't a rage video. I'm not trying to bash the company in any way, shape, or form. And I'm not even trying to get subs off this video. I just literally want this to be informative. As a gamer, from a gamer to a gamer, you guys, I want you guys to be aware of what you're getting yourself into. I may be a little dramatic over it, but I do this for a living, and this is really hindering my living. Mostly because I'm irritated the entire time I'm streaming dealing with this shit. And like I said, guys, if they send me a new controller, I'm doing a third video, so get ready for that. It'll probably be out in a couple weeks because this controller won't last that long. Hey guys, if this was informative in any way, shape, or form, please leave a like on the video and let me know that you enjoyed it. I want to make sure this video is getting out to everybody possible so that they can save their money. Guys, if you're having the same issues or any different issues that are bugging you, or if you have a solution that I haven't found yet using Google, Reddit, YouTube, and their customer support, please leave a comment section below. If you have any recommendations on other controllers, please let me know your controller option and your controller of choice, and I'll see you in the next one, boys.